Hello, welcome to Cracking the Cryptic on the day after April Fool's Day, hurrah. Oh my goodness, the puzzle yesterday, I found it so difficult, and it wasn't the sort of April Fooly part, although maybe it was a meta April Fool where, you know, the theoretically difficult bit is simple, and then the theoretically simple bit is really difficult. I don't know. It was good fun. Have a look at the video yesterday. Now, so many things have been going on. So, first of the month, Sandra and Nala's brilliant Bug Friends hunt is out on Patreon. And we've had some people complete it already. It's fantastic. It's not too difficult. And not everybody is a super stellar speed solver. So to work your way through it, find the bugs with Nala and enjoy yourself. That's one thing. Also on Patreon, of course, there's gridogram connections and crossword videos, and they're good fun too. So do check out our Patreon. Another thing, though, is the merch that came out yesterday. Lots of Rat Run merch, all designed by Marty Sears. So thank you so much to Marty for creating all of those designs, as well as, of course, the Rat Run puzzles, which are blooming marvellous, including Simon's Solve of a sort of April, the first Rat Run yesterday. Absolutely bonkers puzzle. Really one of the best and most memorable puzzles I will ever see. I mean, it was so good. I mean, it's so unfair to theoretically condemn other puzzles with the faint praise of not being in the level of Marty Sears' veracity. But we do a lot of puzzles on the channel. A lot of them are absolutely fabulous. And that one was amazing. There we go. Now, of course, there are our apps as well, which feature all sorts of types of puzzles. And we've got Worms too to go with them, so do check those out. They are brilliant fun. But here is another name to conjure with, Ard van der Wetering, who is one of the best setters there is, an octogenarian Dutchman and an absolute genius. He's been sending us great puzzles for a long time, and of course created the puzzle with 4 given digits that has been viewed by, drum roll, 10 million people. 10 million views. Unbelievable. Today he gives us Pentomino Islands. He's done a few Pentomino puzzles before, and they've been brilliant. Ard doesn't normally make you find the Pentominos, and here he's laid them out. And he's managed to lay out 8 Pentominos in a 9x9 grid in a manner that they don't touch each other, not even diagonally. It's not part of the rules. It's just what he's done. But I'm going to go through the rules now, and you will see it's utterly simple. Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 goes in every row, column, and 3x3 box. And adjacent digits on a pentomino must differ in value by at least 5. So digits next to each other orthogonally on a pentomino have there's a German whisper. Oh, look, there is a little faint green line underlying the green color of the pentominos. I mean, it's brilliant. So it's just a German whisper puzzle. Give it a try on that first link under the video. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. Right, well, 4. Okay, the things I know about pentominos are 1, you can't put 5 on 1. That's actually going to be worth looking at in this puzzle. 2 is that they must alternate between digits higher than 5 and lower than 5 to maintain the difference. And 3 is that 4 and 6 only have one possible neighbor. So I'm going to state the rule that way and put the possible neighbor in next to 4 here. And there we go. And that's a start. It's not really a finish, but it is a start. It is perhaps the end of the beginning. Now the 3 down here can only sit next to 8 and 9. This digit can't be 9. Thanks to one of Ard's 5 given digits today. How generous. This must be low, 1 or 2. This must be high, 6 or 7. Now this is a low digit and it sees 3 and 4. So that's the other of 1 or 2 in this column. And now we know this digit can't be low because it sees 1, 2 as a pair and 3. If it was 4, this would be a 9, and it can't be. So this is high, and it's not 9 or 8, it's 6 or 7. 6 or 7 can only go next to 1 or 2. Then we can branch into slightly higher digits. This one couldn't be 6 because both of those would have to be 1. Actually, look, we've got a 6-7 pair in the box. Haven't seen that. This one, I'm going to allow 4 as a possibility because those two don't see each other. They could both be 9s. So, bit of pencil marking, never afraid to do the pencil marking. This one has 2 neighbours that see each other, so it can't be 6. This one has 3 neighbours that see each other, so it can't be 4 or even 3. And it sees a 2, so it's definitely 1. Okay, that gives us 2 there, 1 here, 2 here, which must be next to 7, 6 here. We're racing through an odd puzzle at the moment. This is unusual scenes and delightful scenes, especially after April 1st. Yes, stop going on about it, Mark. Right, 1, 8, 3, 9. I want to do Sudoku now. 4 and 5 in the first column still have to be placed. I was thinking about looking for 5s in the white cells, but I think there's too many of them to make that profitable. I mean, obviously, well, let's think about polarity in the top row, highness and lowness. These two are the low digits that remain. They're 1 and 3. This is higher, 7 or 8. And now this pair is a 5-6 pair. Okay, well, it was something. It wasn't a lot. Now, it would be nice to break into another pentomino and find out highness and lowness. This is going to be 2 high and 2 low digits. The 5 in this column is there. So I should write it as 5. Now, the other digit here is going to be opposite polarity to that. It's going to be high, therefore, because these are 2 of each polarity and these are both low. In fact, one of these is going to be a 4. Because they're going to use the 2 other low digits that aren't 2 and that one. So the 4 can't go here because its neighbours would see each other. Certainly can't go here because of the neighbours seeing each other problem. So it's in one of those cells, and it must abut the 9 in one of those. Now I know this digit can't be 4, which is quite interesting because if that was a 4, both of these would be 9s, and that would break the fact that 9 has to go in one of these cells. So I'm taking 4 out of that set. I mean, it doesn't really do a lot, but it's quite an interesting observation. Now, 2, 1, and 3. 9 is now in one of these cells by Sudoku. I mean, 9 is such a useful number on a pentomino because it can go next to any low digit that it might well be sitting here, but we can't rely on that kind of inference. And there is a 2 in one of these cells as well. Okay, I admit I'm having trouble breaking into these other pentominos. 4 and 9, let's think about that again. So the other low digit is a 1 or a 3. The other high digit is a 7 or an 8. And what's going on the end of this pentomino? I do not know. Okay, there must be some Sudoku cluing me in somewhere else. So 4 is in one of these cells in box 1. And that means this is not the 4 on, this is not the droid I was looking for on this pentomino. 4 must be at the bottom of that line. 9 is there. These are low. I was going to say 1 and 3, but I think that one could still be a 2. This is high, and it's not 9 or 6. And now it's part of a 7-8 pair. This one can't be 7, because one of those is a 3. 7 can't sit next to 3. So that's 8. That's 7. That must sit next to 1. Suddenly we get 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spotlight. And this becomes a 7. Now this can't be 7. In this column, we've got a 5-8 pair formed down here. That can't be 1. This can't be 9. Oh, that's militating quite strongly against this being a 3, but not strongly enough to make an incision. Right, 4 is in one of those cells in box 4, and it's in one of these cells in box 5, but I don't believe it can be in this cell. because not only would both of those have to be 9, they'd clash with the 9 that already exists in the column. So 4 is placed in box 5 now. Then there is going to be a 4 in one of these cells, but this time I can't rule it out of the pentomino. So all my excitement there was geared about getting a single 4 in a white cell in a single box, which isn't quite as dramatic as the fanfare I was giving it. Okay, there's a 7 in one of these cells. So there's a 1. I thought I'd seen some other digit that had to be in this group. Maybe it's only 1. I thought I had, but obviously not. 3 must be in this set and in this set. In that pair and in this set. 9, 1, 3, 7, 2, 8. These are from 4, 5, 6. I mean, things do get a bit narrowed down. Three and 7 are here. Oh, I can't quite see what to do. If that was a 3, this would be 8. That would be 2. There's a 7 somewhere down here. I can't rule it out of this cell based on this. 8, 3, 9, 7. There's also a 2 in that group. So these are from 4, 5, 6. We have to fit 3 and 8 into these. That's not really helpful. This is attracting my attention. So it's possible that 9 is there. If it's not, well, if that's not a high digit, if this is not 9, it could be 6. I was sort of trying to come to a conclusion about the high digits here, which can't involve 7. If there are 2 of them, I don't know. I was going to say 8 must be one of them. That doesn't necessarily apply at all. Okay, I am, however, going to think about this possibility. What if 8 was in one of these 2 cells? It's in one of those 3. What if it was in one of these 2, 8? Then it couldn't be in this crossbar of the T, and nor could 7. So either there'd be 1 high digit there. That won't work, because that would have to be a 6 surrounded by 2 1s. Or 2 high digits here and here. Now that might work annoyingly. 6 there and 9 there. I was hoping to rule out this possibility, but I don't think I can. I was hoping to rule out 8 from these cells, but I don't think I can because of 6, 1, 9. Now, is there anything else that would go wrong with 8 here? 6, 1, 9, 7. This would be a 4, 5 pair for definite. The 8 here would go with a 3, and that digit would be a 2, and I don't see the problem with that. You'd end up with a 1 here and a low digit here, which it's a little constrained. It sees 2 of the digits from 1, 2, 3, and it sees 4, but it's not constrained enough to not possibly be low. So although I personally... I can falsify 619 sitting in these cells. I didn't expect it, but I can. 619 is how, if there was an 8 here, this is what I'm ruling out. If there was an 8 here, we've worked out these would have to be 619. Because you'd have to have 2 high digits there, because you couldn't just have a single 6 here. So this would go 6, 1. The 6 there would force 5 there and 6 here, but the 8 here would also force 6 here. Oh, that's a bit complicated, but it's good enough. There's no 8 here, so this must be 8 in box 1. Now there's an 8 in this group. That 8 is looking at this cell, which becomes a 9. Now there's a 9 in one of these 2 cells, not in a helpful pentomino. 8 is in one of these 2. 1 is definitely in one of these 2. In fact, in this column, we've got 2, 7 there, 1, 9, 8. 3 can't, I don't know. These are all from 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever they are. So that's 3 of the digits from 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 1, 8 here, 9 here. 2 must now be in this group, along with 1 and 8. Ah. So these are from 3, 7, 5, 6, and they definitely include 3 and 7. Now, 1, 2, 8. So this pair, which has a high digit, must have the 8. This digit is 1, 2, or 8. What do you know about? Okay, this now sees 1, 2, and 4. I mean, this is quite interesting. This is 3 or 8. That's all it can be. 5 is not allowed on the green line, and 6 is not allowed in that position, with 1s both above and below. So that is 3 or 8. If that's 8, that's a 3. Again, one of these is high, and it must be an 8. Now, what does that do here? If this is 8, this is that low digit that isn't those or that. If it's 3, this is 8. Ah, that won't work. If this is 3, you can't put 8 and 9 on both sides. So that digit is 8. There we go. Now we've found 8 here. This is high, and it's not 8, 7. I can't rule out 6, frustratingly. This is low, and it is this situation, which I really wasn't expecting, where that's a 1, 2, 3 triple. Let's try and use that now. 1, 2, 3 are gone in this row. 9 is there. 4 is over here. These are from 5, 6, 7. Oh, where's 8? Oh, no, it could be there or there. This one is only from 5, 6, or 7. It sees 4, 8, 9 by Sudoku and that 1, 2, 3 triple. I mean, that is not actually wildly helpful. 8 there and 8 there puts an 8 in one of these two positions, which is great because it tells us about the polarity here. Obviously, digits of the same polarity alternate. So these are the two high digits. That one is 7 or 8. This one, 8, is obviously a possibility. I'm actually going to allow everything except 6. The reason it can't be 6 is because that can't be a 1. So in this column, don't know, this is low, and I can't rule out 3. This is low, and I can rule out 3, but I can rule out 4 based on this digit. So that's 1 or 2. This is low, and it sees 1 and 3. It certainly can't be 7. It's 2 or 4. It's very likely to be 2, isn't it? But I haven't actually got the gumption to prove it. Come on with the 1, 2, 3 triple. Why didn't you do a bit more? Frustrating. That is frustrating. I don't know. Now, this column felt like it was giving a lot of information. 4. I haven't quite got a 1, 2, 3 triple going, but I also haven't quite got either a 9, 8, 7, 6 quad or a 9, 8, 7, 6, 5 quintuple, which is more than a tiny bit irritating, if I'm honest. 6, 5, 8. Okay, let's look into this box. Oh, there's a 1 confined into one of these cells. Now, it would be nice. This is the final pentomino for which I have to identify the polarity. 1 there would accord with a 4 there. 1 here would mean, well, there are clearly 2 lows and 2 highs. Ah, the 2 highs on this bit in box 9 are 7 and 9. Now, the 7 doesn't have to have 2 neighbours within the box. If it did, it would use 1 and 2. Anyway, 7 and 9 are used here. So these other digits, which don't use 5, 8, or 6, these are definitely low. That's quite interesting. Even off the green, we can find definite low digits. This one is 2, 3, or 4. That one is 1, 2, or 4. What does this tell us? Can 4 be on this? 4 can't be there because that digit can't be 9. 4 could be here with a 9 there, I think. I'm trying to rule 4 off this, but I couldn't quite do it there. Okay, I'm going to do something else. I'm going to say one of these is an 8, and that is, oh, well, I was going to say that's an X-wing. I could just look at that. Oh, this is huge. 8 looks at that cell, makes it 6 or 7, and that stops this being 3. That's quite a big deal and was available ages ago, and you probably were shouting it at me. 72916. These are a 3, 4, 5, 8 quad. The 3 can't see that 2, 3 pair, so it's here. 4's there, the 8's here, the 5's anywhere. It's quite odd in a German whisper puzzle for 5 to be the unconstrained digit. It's normally very constrained. These are 3, 5, and 6. 1 in this box is now in one of these cells in the white again. 1 in this column is down here. Oh, why have I marked 1 down there under a 1? Because I made a silly mistake. 1 is in one of these cells. Ah. 7. Where is 7 in this green segment? If it was here, it would be with 1 and 2. Lots would be done and we'd get a 9 there, and that's feasible. If 7 was here. If 7 was here, this is a 1, this is 9. That also fixes this cell as a 6, which would be really plenty helpful. Now, there's a chance that 7's in one of these two cells, but then it can't be going with a 1 here. Oh, hang on. What I want to do is establish that 2's on this green. Then I can fill in these cells, and I think I'll get quite a lot of movement then. So, the only way that 2 doesn't appear here is if the only digit 7 is next to is a 1, and that would mean 7 was here, 1 was here, 9 was here. And then this could be 3 or 4, but that cannot happen because this digit can't be 8 or 9. So 2 is on this green run. It has to be. That digit is a 4. That digit is a 3. I mean, all I know is 2 is somewhere on it. Now, that 3 looks at this cell. That looks at this cell. The 4 looks at this cell and says, no 4 there, please, sir. And I was thinking this was going to do a bit more than it seems to have done. 3 there. One of these two is a 3. That can't be a 3 because this is now... So one of those is a 3. I know which one it is. It's there. Okay, 3's are contributing. There's a 3 in one of those cells and a 3 in one of those. That's not a 3. One of those is a 3 in one of those. Okay, so 2 X-wings on 3's left. Thought I knew when 9 went there. Now, 2 and 1 are on this with 7 and 9. Now, this cell was helpful, so let's give it a chance to actually do something. It sees 1, 3, 8, and 9. It can't be 5. So let's say 2, 4, 6, and 7 are left over. It can't be 6 because that can't be 1. Now, 7 is the last high digit remaining. That would require this to be a 2. On the alternation principle, this would be a 1. That seems to work okay, disappointingly. 4 there would require this to be a 9. That's tricky to rule out as well. Okay, here's an observation that might count. Where's 9 in this row? Weirdly, 9 has been ruled out of quite a few cells. It's definitely in one of these two. And there's a 9 in one of those two. So there's a little 2 by 2 of 9s there, but actually maybe that doesn't. Yeah, if 9's... Hang on, how did I say 9 wasn't... I don't like that conclusion. I think it was nonsense. Why couldn't 9 be there? I'm talking bobbins. This is an intriguing puzzle. Oh, look, that's a 5, 6, 7 triple. I've not noticed that occurring. This is a 1, 2, 9 trio. That one can't be 9. 6, 1, 2, 9, 4. There's a 3 over here. There's a 7 over this side, which I was not aware of. And then 5 and 8 still have to be placed in this row, but again, I just don't have the information. It's done it to me again, just like yesterday. A puzzle where it seems to all be going well, and then the back end's tough. Oh, there's a 1-2 pair has now emerged from the last shenanigans. Right, that makes this 4 or 7. 4 can only sit next to 9. 7 can only sit next to 2. So this is very narrowed down, but not its polarity. Let's check this again. These are all from 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, it feels very limited here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, it's not, though. Okay, that being a... No, let's go here. We've got this 2 or 9. If that's a 9, this is 1 or 2, but it can't be 1. So if that's a 9, this is 2. If that's a 2, this is 7 or 9. So if that's high, this is... Well, this would have to be 7. So that would have to be 9. So this is now a 2-9 pair. Ah, well, that's going to help. That is going to help. This is basically a 1-7 pair. That had to be. Right. That was slightly complicated to work out, but it was excellent. And now it's going to solve the puzzle for me, because that 6 that it gives me, that 2-9 pair, let's just get rid of the corner marks, makes this a 1. Finished box 3 straight away. This becomes a 2. That takes 2 out of these cells, which feels like it might be helpful. We've got a 2 here by Sudoku from that 1. Now 5 there is ruled out of these and into this cell. That gives us a 6 here, which gets ruled out of these cells. And there are 3, 4, 5 triple as a consequence. 5, 2, 4, something else. Something else is popping. I can hear it. I can feel it. I can smell it. 4 and 5 are down in this group. 3, 1, 7 there. So this can't be 7. That's it. So 7 is placed here along with 8. That 8 places 8 over here. That places 3. This can't be 6. I've just seen column 1. Now, in this row, we're left with a 4, 5 pair, I do believe. I mean, I could say, look, that's a 4, 5, 6 triple. I was going to talk about uniqueness. Never want to do that. That's a 3. Now, we still don't know the actual polarities of each cell here, which is incredible at this stage. So late in the puzzle, but it is nonetheless what is occurring. But I think we've got enough information now. We've got 9, 1, 3, 6, 8. So 7 is in one of those two cells, and 7 is in one of those two cells. And that is an X-wing on 7s and prevents any 7s other than those two appearing in rows 8 and 9. So I take 7 out of all of those cells, and suddenly this has only got one possibility, and so is this. That 8 forestalls an 8 in this cell. The 5 keeps 5 out of there. The 8 can go next to either of these digits. That didn't do any German whisperage. And actually, this still didn't get resolved. in this row, this is not a 1, so it's 2 or 7. I'm just going to remove the corner marks. 2 or 7. 3, 9, 6. I don't know what this digit is. These are from 1, 3, 6, 7, 9. Oh, there must be something still. Oh, look at that. 2, 4, 7, 9 quad. That's freaky. So everything else in the row is 5, 6, or 8. Well, this digit is a naked single then, because it sees 5 and 8. That must be 6. This must be 5. That must be 8. That's brilliant. Right, 6 there makes this a 4. Now we know the polarity here, and we can just fill in the digits. Oh, brilliant. Brilliant stuff, Ard. As always, Ard absolutely nails his colours to the mast and makes a beautiful puzzle. I mean, you just have to sit back and clap and admire because it's so good. It's so good. It's so neat. It's so visually appealing as well. I like everything about Ard's puzzles. There, I said it and I finished it. And that is a super puzzle, Pentomino Islands by Ard van der Wittering, and I loved it. Thank you, Ard, for sending that, and thank you guys for watching us on the channel. Absolute pleasure to be with you as always, and love to see you again tomorrow if you've got the time. See you then. Bye for now.